Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back with a brand new speed build, this time doing a very special collaboration. Now, just recently I announced that I would be doing a collaboration series with lots of fellow simmers and fellow friends, and I can say that this one is with the very special and fantastic Chrissie York. Now, if you've been a follower of my channel for some time, then you'll know that Chrissie is no stranger to my channel. I've mentioned her in several videos before, and we have indeed in the past done another collaboration. That was the Lyford estate, which we built absolutely months and months ago. The difference being this time though is that last time Chrissie didn't have her own YouTube channel, but we decided to collaborate anyway, and I showcased Chrissie's half of the collaboration. This time, however, the exciting bit of it is that Chrissie does have a YouTube channel now, and she's actually been up on YouTube now for 6 months, and I'm absolutely over the moon. So for those of you who aren't familiar with who Chrissie is, similar to the winner of the last game pack that I gave away, Chrissie has been a supporter of my channel since I had less than 100 subscribers, and she literally gave me so many words of encouragement from the very beginning, and a lot of those comments really motivated me and kept me going. She was just an absolute fantastic support. So Chrissie is an amazing simmer. She's really well known within the Sims community. She is a fellow game changer as well, and on her channel she does all sorts of different stuff. Whereas I just do building, Chrissie does literally everything. She does things from Let's Play challenges, including like the Runaway Teen Challenge, the 100 Baby Challenge, to townie makeovers, and she has a build renovation series. But one thing I will say about Chrissie is her attention to detail is outstanding. Many moons ago now, I did a Parenthood Let's Play series, and for that particular series, Chrissie built me a Victorian mansion, and it was for like a vampire family. And this Victorian mansion to date is the best one that I have ever seen. The detail within this build, well, put it this way, it nearly broke my PC. It was just absolutely amazing, and it was so big as well that I literally spent so much time just touring this house and looking at each and every little item that she'd placed. It was incredible. So needless to say, I am extremely excited to see what Chrissie does with the inside of this build on her half of the collaboration. So with regards to the build, there was no kind of restrictions. We could use as many packs as we liked, and there was no particular style that we needed to do. She literally left it up to me. The only stipulation was not to build a massive mansion, which I completely understand. I think I'm becoming a little bit notorious for doing these monster builds, and obviously everybody's got schedules to adhere to. So with that in mind, I decided, with us coming into autumn now, Windenburg is one of my favourite worlds at this time of year. I just associate autumn and Windenburg like they kind of go hand in hand. So I thought a really nice idea would to just do kind of a very pretty country cottage. So in this particular build, I decided to include most of the details in the building process, because a lot of the time I cut things out and I thought, no, you know, I'm going to keep it in, and you can see how this build evolved, because a lot changed with it, from fencing to the way that I laid the paths out and all sorts. It's only a small build, but I'm still very indecisive in that respect. So as I was building this house and as it was evolving, I kind of felt like I wanted to include lots of landscaping, like lush plants, and I imagined it being, in my mind, for an elderly lady. And I did actually find a sim online which was like a little old lady, and I placed her into this build. And so I included lots and lots of sort of beautiful garden shrubs as well as planters. I put the skill building items in there as well. So we've got the planters, the easel, and a chest table as well. Plus we also have 2 little beekeeping boxes terraces at the front of the house, which kind of had a correlation with the name of this build, which we called Honeydale Cottage. There's certainly plenty of things for your Sims to do. So this build actually came in, by the time I'd finished with it, at 48,000 simoleons, and it was built on a 30 by 20 lot in obviously Windenburg. So in all honesty, these are my absolute favourite types of collaborations when I'm given the task to just concentrate on building and the landscaping, because even though this was a fairly small build, or certainly small for me, I love attention to detail. I really love like getting in there and making sure that every angle of the house has something lovely to look at, and the location is no exception as well, with it being in Windenburg. This has kind of got really nice views over the hills in Windenburg as well. So yeah, I paid a lot of attention to detail with it, which I have included in all of this build. So I did go ahead as well and use some items that I haven't used before, and one of those was the windows that you can see at the end that are actually green. Now, I've seen these windows so many times, and there's many times when I've come to try to use those windows, but I've never quite found a build where they particularly suit it. And not only did I use those windows, I also used them in a green swatch, which I was like, wow, these are awesome. So yeah, I was really chuffed about that. And also I used the kind of vines, those big vines up the front of the house. Now, in all honesty, they are so big and bulky that that's another item again that I've struggled to use in the past. But I did actually use it in my last build that I did up the side of the chimney, and I did go ahead and use it this time here, because there's something about those particular vines that when you're building with them, it kind of feels like they're just far too big, but actually when you look back at the build, they actually look really pretty. So they're a little bit of deceiving, those vines. They're not vines, I forget what they're called now. In fact, I've just literally opened my Sims game to have a look at the official name, and I can't even pronounce it, so we're just going to call them creeping white bush vines for now, but you know what I mean and I know what I mean, so that's all that matters. But yeah, it was really nice with this build because it sort of evolved over time, and I loved using different windows as well than I ordinarily use. I'm so drawn to the cats and dogs and seasons windows because they're like a complete matching set that come in all sorts of different shapes and sizes, so they're really versatile to use and they look absolutely brilliant. But using some different windows, I kind of secretly get a satisfaction when I do, because I kind of feel triumphant that I haven't actually used the other windows that I use all the time. So yeah, but I did like the swatches of these windows and I felt that it fit in really, really well with the build. So I'm genuinely intrigued to see what Chrissie comes up with. I don't know if she's going to use CC. I don't know if she's going to do it old-fashioned or modern, or in fact, she did actually send me a sneaky peek screenshot earlier on, and it looks really pretty. So it's made me even more excited. She's done it on purpose, I know she has. I'm really excited now to see what she's done with it. So definitely after this video, go over and check out her half of the collaboration. I'm going to leave all Chrissie's links in the description box below to all her social medias as well as her gallery ID. What I'll actually do is upload this build as it is, as an empty shell, and feel free if you like to download and give the interior a go yourself. But Chrissie will upload her version of the build, which will be the fully furnished version and the best version of this house, I can tell you. So be sure to go and check it out. So in all honesty, I couldn't think of a better person to kick off a collaboration series with. I mean, obviously I've just done the collaboration with Mr. Olcombe recently, but that was for his collaboration series over on his channel. But this is kind of like my fresh series, I'd say, for this year and onwards. And I'll be collaborating with all sorts of different people, big and small simmers, and I'm really excited for the next sort of couple of months because we've got lots of exciting things planned. But Chrissie is an amazing person, and she's not only a fellow simmer, but she's actually a really good friend, and she has supported me through, I would say, the really good times as well as the equally bad times, and she's always been there at any time to talk to, and she's such a wealth of information as well. I mean, there are so many times where I've been like, oh, I'm not sure how to do this, or I'm not sure how that works. And Chrissie's like, oh, well, you do this, then you do this. She's absolutely brilliant. So yeah, she's absolutely fantastic. So I'd really appreciate it if you could take the time to go and check out her channel and show her some love, because I can assure you, you won't be disappointed. So I hope you're all having a fantastic week. I know for quite a few of you, you will have just done your first week back at school. So I hope that went smooth and you all had a good time. I always remember when I was at school and I used to get so nervous when it was like the big 6 weeks holidays in going back to school. And I used to think, oh, you know, I really don't want to go back, and I'd dread it. But then I'd be back and literally 2 days in, it'd be like I'd never been away. And I always remember sort of older people saying, oh, you must enjoy it because it doesn't last for long and then you're in the big world. And I used to think, whatever. You know, I can't wait to finish school. But it's so true when I look back at my school days now. I mean, obviously it's not always smooth, is it? But I've got a lot of fond memories and I really did enjoy it. I was quite fortunate in that respect, and I did enjoy school. So I hope it's the same for you as well and you've all had a good week. And the good thing is, it's Friday. So you get to enjoy the weekend off. So I'm super excited because my dad and stepmom are visiting from Spain. They actually live over there now, and I think it's been about 5 or 6 months since I've seen my dad. So I'm really, really excited for that. They're coming over for a little visit and then they're coming over to stay as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to having a good catch up, and my kids adore my dad and stepmom, their nanny and grandpa. They love them very much. So we're going to go and surprise them, hopefully, and pick them up from school. And I had no idea they were actually visiting today. I know they're stopping with us, but they're actually coming to stop in and just have, you know, a good catch up and stuff. So the kids are going to be so excited. So I can't wait to see the faces. So coming back to the build, I'm just doing the last finishing touches now, adding in the skill building items and the little lights and little potted plants. And I really, really did enjoy doing this build. It always makes a change, especially after I've just done such a whopping build, to do something a bit smaller. And I do think this sim would be really nice for an elderly sim, but I might be wrong. It depends what Chrissie does with the interior. I'm genuinely intrigued because the last country cottage that I did was with Mr. Alkin, and I had no idea what he was going to do, and he ended up doing a modern twist to the inside of that one. So yeah, I'm quite excited to see what Chrissie does with this one. So I just wanted to say a massive thank you for all your lovely comments on my last video. It really does mean the world to me, and I tried my very best over the last couple of days to catch up on as many of those comments as I could. So thank you once again. But I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give me a big thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, it would be amazing to have you on board. And don't forget to check out Chrissie's half of the collaboration, which will be in the description box below. But take care, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.